Aniki's little sister hated him, with his mere presence insulting the bratty younger sister. Or that was, until that day. Their parents sat them down and told them the truth. They are not blood-related siblings. Aniki couldn't hear it, but a gleeful little giggle escaped from the bratty sister's mouth as he sat there, in shock. A week later, as Aniki arrived home, his bratty little sister flung open the door, telling him that he was late. He had promised to spend time with her, but he was not there when he normally would be. She had waited for him the whole time, but something stops her in her tracks. Her eyes went dark as she said it. She could smell another woman on him. Then she began to grill him about it. Why does he smell of a girl? Who is it? Did she delay him? She promised not to get mad, but her eyes screamed that he'd be ended if he said a word. His little sister was now kinda scary. Before, Aniki's little sister hated him, telling him not to wash his clothes in the same cycle as hers. She didn't want his foul odor to rub off into her clothes, sullying them in the wash. Or that was, until that day. You two are not blood related. A week later, Aniki's little sister was complaining about Aniki washing his clothes separately from his little sister's clothes. Aniki reminded her that she had told him to do it. She shyly commented that she doesn't hate her brother's smell, but there was something more important to discuss. His sister took her Yandere form and stated the problem, that what she did hate was the smell of other women. She demanded Aniki to strip so that she can overwrite the skank stench from the fabric and from her brother. His little sister liked him now, but in a scary, scary way. Once Aniki left, his t-shirt was stolen by his Yandere sister, using its scent to replenish herself. A week before the incident, his little sister hated him. She ordered him to not leave the house at the same time as her. She didn't want to be misunderstood as the sister of a terrible brother, or that was until that day. You two are not blood-related siblings. A week after learning the truth, Aniki was approached by his bratty sister, asking if he was going to the shops. She added that she will go too, but Aniki questioned it, repeating back with what she had said to him previously, which she didn't outright deny, but implied it was misinterpreted. She hated being seen as Aniki's sister, because she was going to become his, but she didn't finish the sentence. She told Aniki not to worry about it and forget about it. Sweetly, she said that they should go to the shop, while her black, dead eyes were squinting at Aniki. His little sister liked him more now, but in a scary way. Before planning to go to the shops with Aniki, his bratty little sister couldn't decide on what to wear on their date to the convenience store. His little sister hated his guts, exposing his figurine and shaming him for getting it, calling him gross. Or that was, until that day. You two are not blood-related siblings. Sometime after the reveal, Aniki's sister searched his bag after a day out. She commented that a robot model is normal for a guy to get. She asked that he play with her and not spend all his time on models. But she found something else. A Polaroid of Aniki and his current favorite idol. Signed. On the top it says, "Please come again," with a loving heart beside it. She snapped, asking what the hell he was doing. He had her. It was enough. Was she not good enough? She then demanded an answer from Aniki, saying that she won't get angry much. His little sister liked him a lot now, but she was terrifying. Cutting to his bratty little sister's room, we are led to the truth of the matter. Lying on the bed, she talked to herself. She wanted no one else, only Aniki. Pictures of him coated the walls like a rash. His sister loves him so much now, but she is a Yandere, and she will eat him up. On Valentine's Day the previous year, Aniki moped about not receiving any chocolates from the girls in his school. His sister questioned him, calling him gross for being pathetically sad about some chocolate, and how could a useless brother like him ever be worth some chocolate? Aniki remembered how this was the way his sister used to show him how much she hated him. But then they discovered the truth, that they are not blood related at all. Everything has changed since then. This Valentine's Day, his sister welcomed him at the door after school, dressed in elegant flared attire. She tried to nonchalantly ask him if he got any chocolates this year, adding that if that's the case, then she will have to. But he had got some. This year, he had received some chocolates. Taking a deep sniff of the aroma of the chocolate box, she announced that it didn't smell like Aniki's mother, pressuring him to tell her who gave him the chocolate. She demanded he trade the chocolate he had got for the one she had made, leaving no choice in the matter. His little sister started to like him now, but she is scarier than before. Banging on his sister's door, Aniki asks her if she's seen his coke. She calls him an idiot, if he was even smart enough to realize that. He must be so stupid that he forgot he drank all his coke himself. In reality, she had stolen the half-finished bottle, cradling it like an ancient idol. With her eyes glistening and her face red, she thinks that she's about to drink her brother's drink. An indirect kiss. But what will she do? If she drinks it, it'll be gone forever. In the past, Aniki's sister hated him. Seeing him playing party games alone, she mocks him. Of course, no friend Aniki would play party games alone. Disgusting. But that, of course, was then. Before they had found out that they weren't blood related to each other. Or at least, his sister wasn't related to them. While Aniki was playing, Switch controller in hand and headset on, his sister approached in a menacing manner and used an interrogating tone. Why are you playing co-op? I thought you play alone. Who are you playing with? Maybe a girl? Her tone only darkened as she spoke, adding to the end that playing with strangers is dangerous. He knows that, right? Her gaze changed to complete adoration while her vile, controlling aura continued to ooze from her. Don't play with anyone else other than me, she asked with a blush. Promise me, she added with love. She told him that it's all okay. He doesn't have to worry. She will do her best to become the best gaming partner. For him. Only for him. She really liked her brother now, but she was creepy and intimidating. During last year's White Day, Aniki's little sister screamed at him, questioning why didn't he get her anything. She admits that she didn't give him anything when it was Valentine's Day, but he's the one who's being stingy. That was when she hated him, but now they know the truth, that the siblings aren't blood related. This year's White Day went differently. Aniki gave his sister a return gift of chocolates since she had graced him with some on Valentine's Day. Hesitantly, she thanked him, admitting that she believed that he wouldn't get her a single thing. She pauses for a second, then starts to ask if the gift means that they are in love? Aniki quickly clarifies that it's an obligation. She says that she's Aniki's favorite, right? Her twinkling eyes locked onto Aniki, while her face was pure red. Aniki was not sure anymore if he was glad that his sister started to like him. Before the announcement, Aniki's sister confronted him. She almost ordered him to not text her anymore. It annoys her. So much so that she ended up blocking him. After they discovered the truth, Aniki's sister approached him with purpose, asking for his phone. Why? Well, because she wanted to delete all of the girl's contact info. When he asked why again, she snapped back that he must be asking as a joke. She's the only one he needs. The only one he needs to text. The only one. The only one. One day, before the truth was revealed, Aniki got sick. His sister called him a weak loser for managing to catch a common cold. She mocks him, saying that he must have eaten something off the ground. But that was the past now. Knowing that the two aren't blood related, everything changed. A while after discovering that, Aniki managed to catch another cold. He was resting when a knock on his door startled him. It was revealed to be his sister, asking how he was feeling. She told him with glee that their parents are gone for the day and she will be his nurse. She comforted him by adding that he doesn't need to worry about her catching a cold. After all, Aniki was hers, and it's only natural for her to care for him and nurse him back to health. As she said this, her breathing got heavier and heavier, blush spreading across her face, and love in her eyes. She finds him too adorable when he's so weak and helpless. She wants him to recover soon, but the idea of him needing her for life has its own appeal. Aniki knew his sister liked him now, but the true depth was only being revealed. His sister, ever the cruel one, once in the past told him that she hadn't prepared dinner for him. Why should she? He can graze on weeds like a common beast, as that's the level she held him at. But things changed. Both had been stunned by the news that they weren't related. Different blood flowed through both of their veins. Since that change, Aniki would come home to his sister, dressed up in her elegant clothes and donning a frilly apron. She welcomed him home with a sweet voice. She called out that she had made his favorite, curry. She was proudly telling him that it turned out extra tasty, obviously because of her love flavoring it. She freezes when he tells her that he's already ate while he was out. His sister instantly asked who did he eat with, only calming a little once she had heard that he'd eaten alone. She idly said that Aniki had eaten someone else's cooking. She then asked him if he knew that he had just committed gastric cheating. If he wanted to live, he had to eat her cooking, as a form of atonement. Aniki regretted that his sister started to like him, as now she was the terror of his life. His little sister hated him. She saw him hurt and in pain, and just blamed his own clumsiness as the cause of the injury. She called him lame to add salt to the wound. But that's just a memory now. Then he heard the words he now regrets ever being spoken, that they aren't blood related. Since then, his little sister cares too much. Coming home one day, Aniki was stopped by his sister, who had noticed that his leg was scuffed. She asked, full of worry, what happened? Aniki told her the truth. He had tripped over a curb. A shadow fell over his sister's face as she contemplated that the curb was the cause. She reached her conclusion. She can't forgive anything that hurts Aniki. She asks him to identify the curb, after she has treated him, of course. She promises to grind the curb into dust, making the inanimate object wish it had never existed. Aniki's sister showed him all her love now, but he fears her, and she'll never let him leave.